You thought that I was going to sit down with Teresa and say to her, you know what? And I just want to let you know, by the way, so nice that we're sharing. You should know that I think that your husband is disgusting.
No, that's not what I think.
You realize that I'm not going to do that, right? I ain't your soldier.
Virtual reality. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And we are still down in the Jersey Shore, and it sure is still dramatic.
Jackie, lawyer, so smart, not.
For the Real Housewives of New Jersey this week, Evan.
No, the girls are definitely bringing the drama down at the shore. And I'm do you know what's so funny, Danny? Like, especially with the New York Housewives, like whenever they spend too much time in the Hamptons, like not in the city, I hate it. But there's something different about the shore. It just hits different. I like spending time down there with the girls. They all have beautiful houses. Well, most of them have beautiful houses. Some of them have lovely condos. But
real estate shade. Coming in hot.
It's a nice condo and it's a perfect place to have pizza and Pepsi. But I just, I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying all the mess that the girls are bringing down at the shore.
I know because I think it is one of those things where I know all the ladies in the Hamptons, the New York girls, they go to the Hamptons a lot, but the Jersey ladies, when they go down the shore, it's like they become alter egos of themselves, almost their true selves, and they have such history there. Versus, I don't think the ladies of New York City like have that much like affiliation with the Hamptons when they go for those trips. I don't know. And also, like, Jersey Shore is better than the Hamptons. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I can't afford the Hamptons, so I say that. But also, there's just more to do. There's more energy there, and everyone's mixing and mingling.
I've only been to the Hamptons once, and I've only been to the Jersey Shore once, both times with you in like the span of a week last summer. And I will say, Danny, I too prefer the Jersey Shore. Wait, also being a New Jerseyan, where was Jennifer Aiden whack-a-moling with Olivia? Was that like in Seaside? It kind of was giving me
I think
Seaside.
it was. I think it was Seaside. Yeah.
Yeah,
so like they know you know their Jersey.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, speaking of the Jersey Shore.
Oh, well, I'm glad no one was whacking moles at Melissa's birthday party for Joe Gorga, because I feel that's where the biggest mess kicked off.
Oh, I know. I do love a birthday party situation on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because you always know something is going to go down. Some drama is bound to explode. I just wasn't expecting it to be Jenn Fessler versus Rachel Fuda and Marge. Also, Danny, like we were just talking about this, like Jenn, like I feel like it's funny because last episode we saw her having kind of like a sweet chat with Teresa. This chat was not so sweet.
I am not going to sit here.
I am saying to you,
let me get a word out. Could you just, you overtalk everybody?
You always get, I overtalk everyone?
Okay. Yes.
This is not a sweet chat.
We're getting multiple sides.
Yeah, and we're like
gobsmacked.
We are speechless.
Because we've never seen Fessler get fed up. You know what I mean? I feel that's the thing, because we've always had her being the comic relief, which gives us such life, and like the fun, nice, supportive side. But now we're seeing, and I wonder if this is maybe the first time Marge and Rachel are seeing what happens when you put baby in a corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And no one gives the baby BS to Jenn Fessler because she don't have time for any of it.
This, you know,
this is what happens.
and you don't love me or whatever. It's baby bullshit.
I understand.
Yeah, no baby bullshit. She was not feeling it. I mean, what did you think of the way they unpacked Fessler's conversation with Teresa? Because I feel like both sides were making points that I could agree with. And even after watching that explosive scene play out, I don't know if I land on a side. I kind of feel like I'm hearing both sides out.
I feel it is that hard thing because, of course, we're talking about towards that end of the episode where Rachel and Marge are sitting down and then Jenn Fessler comes over and they're like, so what happened with Teresa? And it never is going to go well when it's like a 2-against-1 conversation. You know what I mean? So I feel Jenn immediately came in a little bit more like, oh, I have to like guard myself because they just wanted some answers and clarity. And I think it also was harder for Marge and Fessler because Fuda and her already had the conversation about what went down at our house. And then so Rachel kind of had a little bit more understanding versus Marge was like, what the F were y'all chatting about, being silly about? From what I saw, it seems like such a fun time. Rachel tried to mediate a little bit of it, but then it just went so south because I don't know. Do you think it went south because no one was really listening to each other or because Jackie came in and somehow really pissed off Marge?
I think it might be a little bit of both. I think that Jackie's presence definitely didn't help for whatever reason. I'm still a little bit confused why there is immediate tension between Jackie and
Eddie, when she walked into the party too, she kind of walked in like with the meme, like, how y'all doing? Like by herself. No one like really I was like, oh, because we know there's a lot of friction to come with her, but I don't know what happened so soon.
I know. Yeah, it's really, that part is not making sense to me. So I'm excited to see that play out. But yeah, I clearly like Jackie's presence didn't make things better because her presence seemed to really annoy Margaret. And then I think, you were saying that Rachel was trying to mediate a little bit. She and Fessler already had a discussion, but I think that Marge getting very annoyed with Fessler made Rachel remember why she was very annoyed with Fessler. So any progress that they had made in a previous discussion, like it was wiped clean. And so I think that it sort of like reignited Fuda's feelings about the situation. And then, yeah, it just kind of became this very like 2-on-1 situation. And when Jackie tried to, stand up for Fessler and it just like, say, like that didn't work out.
Because Jenn Fessler, she's a Leo, right? We know her girl, is she?
Yeah, she is a Leo, but Marge is
an Aries, so it's fire. Because this is where I was looking at the notes where it's like, so what did you want me to do? Just sit down and go, oh, honey, F you. And then Marge was like, well, why don't you talk about every single day you talk about Louis negatively.
You speak poorly about Louis incessantly.
Let's not say that I speak poorly about Louis.
Does she speak poorly about Louis incessantly?
I don't really speak about Louis all that much, but I will say
whenever he's spoken about, does she say a kind word?
Well, actually, every single time his name comes up, you bring it up negatively. So they both came a little locked and loaded. And I think that's just like their nature. And because they both were, because that's kind of to your point, they both were correct in the moment where I'm sure Jenn Fessler has said a lot of shit about Louis to Marge, or maybe agreed with a lot of stuff that Marge had to say about Louis as well. And maybe Jenn is like, I get to a point why you all think I should have like really like held Teresa to the fire. But I think in Jen's mind, she did, you know what I mean? Like, cause she's like, I asked her for clarification and what I thought last week, I thought that was Jenn Fessler's hold to the fire. Turns out she got a few more, got a little more fire in her. So maybe they expected that to be brought out.
Well, like, here's the thing, Danny, like, I don't know, like you and I, just for example, anyone who's listening and who's like kind of confused by how Fessler is playing this game, like you chat with your friends and you talk shit about someone and then you have an interaction with that person in real life. And as humans, we're just not wired, like we're wired to talk shit behind people's backs. And I think that's what Fessler was trying to explain. Like, yes! I'm not going to sit down with Teresa and tell her 100 reasons why I hate Louis or all the nasty things I've said. But then again, I also understand, Rachel and Margaret being like, you talk so much shit. Like, how can you even have a pleasant conversation with Teresa? So like, I understand both sides of it, but like,
I know.
In Fessler's defense, and maybe this is just a me issue, like maybe this is a character flaw for myself, I feel more comfortable talking shit about behind their backs.
That just shows you were raised right. Because I think Kathy Griffin even says when you talk about someone's that's called manners.
Right.
I'm gonna who hasn't talked shit about someone? Then they enter the party. Oh, you made it. Like it's just kind of like the way, but it always hurts when the shit talk gets weaponized against you because this is a very, I feel, situation that happens in life where a group of people, they talk shit about a friend in particular, and then one of the friends starts to be like, oh, well, they're nice. Or like they were together for some time and they start to have more of a friendship. And I think kind of like a lot of it comes, I feel Rachel and Marge were mainly upset. It's like, I want you to ride for me night and day. And I'm afraid of what this would do to our friendship. But they didn't say it like that. But I feel that's where their feelings are coming from. And Jenn Fessler is kind of feeling, oh, y'all think you can like throw me out or something like, or you think you want me to just do whatever you guys want me to do type of thing.
She's not their soldier.
I ain't your soldier.
I was like very taken aback by that. I was like, not your, wow, like that's, I mean, like this is getting real now. But then okay, so I think if I'm just like guessing, I think Jenn Fessler, she's in her second season of The Real Housewives. I think she's having a lot of fun with it. I think she's maybe throwing a little bit of caution to the wind. She has her feet wet and she's ready to get into the mess if she needs to. She's ready to make connections with people on the cast that maybe she wasn't closer to last year, i.e. Teresa. And I also think that, maybe in all of that excitement, she's not realizing the main point of contention for Rachel Fuda is that it wasn't like Teresa called her a hot dog lit bitch or whatever. Like it wasn't like just name calling. It was something that affected her family, like hiring a famous private investigator to look into the family, allegedly get in contact with the jailed baby mama, allegedly put all this crazy stuff on the internet, allegedly, and then all of a sudden it's like destroying, well, not destroying her family because the Fudas, they're a strong couple. They didn't let it destroy them. If anything, I feel like it made them stronger. But anyways, it was Teresa coming after the Fudas as a family. It wasn't petty. And so I understand why Rachel at the end of that conversation like stormed away in tears.
My other question though, and I do love that when Jenn called her baby doll.
Baby doll, I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, Jenn, I remind me never to get on Jenn Fessler's wrong side, or Margaret's, or
anyone on
the cast. But my thing is, and I mean, we just chatted with Rachel Fuda this week at our live show, which was so much fun. I was interested with what she said to Danielle Cabral when she's like, I'm not telling people not to be friends with Teresa. Because you're friends with her and we have a great relationship. Where I was kind of like, I got confused with that because I'm like, I feel, is she saying like, Jenn, you can be friends with her, but we're just like, is she kind of like, because that kind of gave me like Ariana Madix vibes in the sense where it's like, oh no, go be friends with him. Oh, I'm blocking your number, but go get brunch. Oh, go to Fuenica or however you pronounce the lovely restaurant's name that we'll get into. I kind of thought that was interesting. And I feel like even Danielle Cabral was sort of nodding through that like, You know what I mean? Where I feel that's kind of the hard lane that Fuda needs to pave for herself to let people know the ground rules that she's setting for herself.
Yeah, no, I immediately had that Ariana Madix thought too, because it is like, it is a little bit confusing. I was like a little like, oh, like we'll have to get Fuda on to explain a little bit because it is a little bit confusing. I think that generally Rachel Fuda isn't going to tell people who to be friends with, but I think because she and Fessler were so close, it just hits a little bit different. And so she innately isn't someone who's like, well, you can't be friends with them. You can't be friends with like, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But then once it's someone who you were so close with, who felt like a sister, who you talked to 17 times a day, like, and, they really did have that very close relationship. Like she kept saying over and over again, like my best friend. And so, I think that maybe Rachel has a different definition of a best friend than what Fessler might have. And that honestly might just be generational because, Rachel Fuda, she's like the youngest housewife to ever be. Like she's only 32 years old, or maybe I think she might have just turned 33. She's very young. And so Jenn Fessler, also very youthful.
I was going to say, you are dragging everyone left and right. Cutest condo.
No,
it's generational divide.
There is no.
I'm ageless in a studio apartment, so I'm throwing no shade to anyone's house. Or birth chart. No,
I'm just saying, like there is definitely an age gap, and I think that might impact the way that they both approach friendships. Possibly, I mean, if it's not the age gap, it's something else because there is clearly a disconnect. Although I will say, Rachel Fuda told us at our live show that she has hope that they can repair things. And then I also think that Fessler, because from that one confessional, I think Fessler's like very annoyed because I think she, via her definition of what a best friend is, like she was saying, like, if you want to find a better friend who's like had your back, like I have always had your back, or you know what I mean? Like she was like, she really feels she's always had Fuda's back. And then here we are. I'm like talking in circles in my head. I'm like, she feels like she's had Fuda's back, but like Rachel Fuda doesn't feel like that because she's fraternizing with like her number one enemy. So it's just, it's a mess, Danny. It's a mess.
I think the big issue, and this is just what I'm feeling, no one is truly being honest with what they want.
Yes, you're right.
I think Rachel Fuda wants no one to talk to Teresa.
Yeah.
I think Jenn Fessler wouldn't mind being cordial with Teresa, because she even said when her and Marge left the wedding early, she didn't like doing that. You know what I mean? Teresa's wedding. So I think they both have to have that situation. Marge always says what Marge is like, I don't want to talk to her at all. So Marge just lets everyone know what's going on with that. But I feel like between Fuda and Fessler, and it's both of their second season, so I think they're just trying to be courteous, but I think they're both going through this thinking the other person should know what they want, but they're not saying it. So I assume maybe we get to that part down the line, because they both want different things, which would lead to such a big divide, which would lead to where we are present day of them not being friends. So I could see that kind of being the issue at hand.
I'm also very curious about the present day relationship between Margaret and Jenn Fessler. I mean, like, from what we know, they're cool, but like watching the way the season is playing out, it like whatever they did to keep it cool, like Marge and Fessler should like talk to Fuda about it, because maybe I don't know how they maintained their friendship when Fuda and Fessler didn't.
Especially because like now Fessler's is still in the Messler, because she's good friends with Jackie, who Margaret said not so smart lawyer, all this stuff. So there's a lot of tension going on. And it's the interesting thing too, where people, and I think it's kind of what all the Jersey fans have wanted for years. So like, be careful what you wish for, as the Pussycat Dolls would say, where they're so tired of the teams and the couches and stuff. They're all on the same couch. They're all fighting with each other. So it's kind of a crazy situation.
Yeah, I feel like Melissa and Teresa like semi-refusing to film with each other really did create space for there to be a lot of infighting between the two different couches, because obviously like Aiden and Cabral were on the same couch last year. They get into a big thing. It's a whole freaking mess between Fessler and Fuda and Marge and Jackie. Like it's definitely interesting. Like it's a new taste we're not used to. It's like no sprinkle cookies or pinoles at all. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what this dish is, but I'm enjoying consuming it.
Oh, deeply. And I'm excited for next week's too. Wait, but who do you feel had the biggest cringe moment this week? Because I feel there was a few of them.
Yeah, I think there was a few. I feel like most of the cringe lived in any scenes with Teresa and Louis and stuff, and not because of Teresa. Actually, like the farewell dinner for Gabriella was like so touching and heartwarming. And I know I like was raving about Olivia on last week's recap. Today I will rave about the daughters. I just think they're so sweet. I love their bond. They're all so beautiful and so kind. I don't know which one is my favorite. I think they're all just fantastic.
I know, and they really know how to like they're showcasing like a blended family so well too. Because like FaceTiming with Juicy Joe, all the son, like Louis' son with them, everything like that. Like they're doing that very, very well, it seems.
Yeah, no, I really love to see it. I think Teresa did such a great job raising those girls, because they just seem like four amazing young ladies. But you're mentioning the FaceTiming with Juicy Joe, and this is what was a little cringe for me, is when the producer asked Teresa if Joe was helping to pay for college. And
is Joe helping pay for college?
Yeah, Joe's not helping.
You know, we love Teresa for her honesty, but I felt like she could have like helped her man out or her ex a little bit in that situation. She's like, yeah, he's not paying for college, which like I feel like we all could have concluded ourselves that he wasn't paying for college, when he's just like trying to see if he can afford a meal at the Atlantis in the Bahamas. Like it's just I felt bad for him. Like he's just trying to like save up enough money for a water park ticket, you know. But I felt bad for Juicy Joe in that moment.
Well, that's what I always say. The Jersey producers know how to be just as shady as the cast on it. Like, because that, like, you know, that was such a crazy question to ask.
Another crazy thing for me on this episode was Louis calling John Fuda ugly.
I had a second to look at him last night, and he is one ugly motherfucker. Seriously.
I just, I don't like it when people come for others' looks. I think that's not so nice. And we love the house husbands of New Jersey for being kind of, well, we do like them for being messy, but just not. When it comes to people's looks, just like, I don't know, that just always feels a little bit cringe to me. I think every house husband on New Jersey is very handsome, including Mr. John Fuda.
No,
What was your cringe?
I know. I think they all are pretty handsome, which very much good for them. I feel my biggest cringe.
Very much good for them.
Very much good for them. My biggest cringe, and I need to know. It happened so fast. So if this isn't a deserved cringe, and I might have to ask them about it. I don't know if the bagels that the Fudas put out for breakfast were fresh or not.
I didn't notice the bagels. I only noticed the
muffins. That makes sense because you're not from New Jersey. The first thing I thought I saw the Thomas Bagels prepackaged wrap, and I shook back, and I was watching it live, so I couldn't pause. But then I saw the bagels they were eating, and they did seem pretty fresh, and they seemed like misshapen in the good way, where that's not from like the factory slicing. So it's a potential cringe or a potential delish. I don't know. I had pause because you don't serve those down the shore or any part of New Jersey.
Wait, okay. So very, very quickly, Danny, how do you visually, so the shape is indicative of the freshness?
Well, first I thought they had the wrap, like the whole, like the bagels from the grocery store that come in just the Thomas one.
Like
yeah.
Even if you're just listening to this and not seeing Danny's face, like his face is like, he's very alarmed right now. Like if that were the case, like he seems like actually
that's
disturbed.
That's when that's when I would have gone Fessler at the end of the episode.
Yeah. Wait, what? Thomas's Bagels? I don't even know if I know it's called. Okay, so we're not getting Thomas's Bagels.
Oh,
okay.
No, but like when a fresh bagel, they're kind of like, you don't want them to be super even. Cause I'm like, then what's the science here? Like I want it to be like so fluffy and warm. You want to pop it open and it's just like, you have like the top part a little bit bigger than the bottom part. Mm-hmm. And then you just like can like spread it. Oh, it's so good. And the one John Fuda had did look really good. So I think they're in the clear.
Okay.
I don't know.
I did love the moment when Jenn Fessler was just like throwing her muffin crumbs behind her and she's like, sorry, that's just like a tick that I have.
I don't know. I don't think I'm sorry, I'm throwing muffins on your turf.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know.
I get, but that I fully get, like the panic, just cleaning or throwing things. Like she's like, how do I take focus away from this conversation?
I wish I had a tick where I just like threw my food behind my back because then I would, maybe be a few pounds lighter. That's an amazing tick to have. Like, it doesn't need to go in your mouth. You just go on your back.
Just everywhere. Or maybe that was her being like, this is from a grocery store, not a bagel place. What? Bye.
True. Oh my God.
So who do you feel, was there a honorary housewife for you this episode?
I think the honorary housewife title has to go to our girl Josephina, the blow-up doll that Rachel Fuda purchased off of, I think she said it was Amazon
Amazon.
I didn't know they had blow-up. I mean, God, Amazon has everything. But yeah, she just wanted to bring some fun to the party, and boy, oh boy, did the boys have fun with Miss Jo.
It really showed that sex work is work. Like, shout out. I wanted to know what the blurred out word on the shirt was because I couldn't read. I thought it was like it said female body inspector, but it wasn't that. It was something. Who knows what else was Amazon for that shirt? But the boys had the time of their lives with that.
I was so surprised though. Like the sex doll just had this. Like she was just wearing a t-shirt.
And then what Missy G said, she was like, there were. It was a fully formed sex doll. It was just Winnie the Poohing. Winnie the Poohing.
Yeah, like a fully formed sex doll with like the outfit was I need to know if Fuda also got the outfit for her, or if like we got the outfit from like Joe Gorga's drawer at the Shore House. I don't really know. But
the eyes were like taped over. I don't know what's going on with this doll.
Yeah, well, I think maybe, I don't blame Fuda for not wanting to spend a lot on a sex doll, but I feel like maybe she was like, you know what, we'll save our money for some fresh bagels. We don't need
if that was the case, then this FBI rests the case.
Yeah, I did. I was texting Danny while we were watching the episode, and I really loved the Aiden's doing the whack-a-mole. It was Jennifer and Olivia having a sweet whack-a-mole, Jersey Shore carnival moment, and then immediately we go to butthole shots off of Josephina, which you love Jersey for the rain.
What'd you call the game they played?
Whack-a-mole.
Oh, I thought you said whack the mole for a second, and I was like, I've never heard it pronounced so like eloquent. Like your lawyer would be coming out.
Whack the mole.
Whack the mole. My honorary housewife, I gotta give my due to Aunt Jackie, not Jackie Goldschneider. Well, I'm sure maybe the daughters call Jackie Goldschneider Aunt Jackie now. I don't know. But Aunt Jackie, for that lovely restaurant that I sent you the menu, I desperately want to go. Boenica Sale? No clue why that is. It looks so
nice.
good.
Is it near you in Jersey?
It's a 45-minute drive, but I mean, I'll travel for Nutella creme brulee.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, it's actually, honestly, that's not like the worst commute ever. And like, they have like some like flatbreads and stuff like that. Like, I'm like kind of like deeply into that. So I'll have to check out. Yeah. So she was like the Lancome girl, and now she's doing that. So really taking over. But hopefully next week I go to that restaurant. But what do you think is to come next week for the Jersey ladies? Because that sneak peek seemed kind of crazy.
Oh, well, okay. So we know that Marge and Jackie are going to continue to get into it at Dolo's annual softball situation in Brooklyn that she likes to do. That
Your shade just keeps on coming today.
Wait, what? What was shady about that?
That Dolo likes to do.
No, I love that Dolo likes. I support Dolo's charity softball game. I love it. I love it.
I know. I kind of want to play. I wouldn't be good at it, so I don't know if they would want me there. But
I am not into sports, but it is the one time of year where I am intrigued in athletic performances, because I know there's going to be some reality TV performances on the sideline. And we've seen in trailers or teasers for the season that there is a confrontation between Jenn Fessler and Marge about being friends with, I'm assuming, Teresa and Jennifer and stuff. We didn't get that in this teaser, I don't think. So I don't know how many episodes the softball game is going to take to get through, but we see in the teaser for that played at the end of last night's episode is Marge calls Jackie disgraceful. So we have no idea what prompts such a
claim.
Yeah, right. Like why is she disgraceful? It was kind of like we were saying earlier. It was just weird how the second Jackie sat down, there was like immediate tension, which makes me wonder if we're just not seeing it on the show. Was Jackie already befriending Teresa and Jennifer? Because we also see in the teaser for next episode that there is this lunch with Aiden and Teresa and Fessler, and Jackie is there too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe that was it.
I also wonder if there was some other stuff building up between Jackie and Marge, and that maybe was just the cherry on top.
Yeah, probably, because word on the street last year during filming is that there was like drama over the book, The Way to Beautiful, Jackie's memoir, which is so wonderful, by the way. If you haven't read it, read The Way to Beautiful by Jackie Goldschneider. It's very, very good. Like, I guess there were some arguments over that, which I don't know if we'll see that play out on the season.
I kind of be curious because I would want to know more of that. And speaking of beautiful, I hope next episode with Jackie, we get to see her beautiful husband, because we've been sorely lacking.
I know. Yeah, I think we saw him on the first episode. Was he around?
Killing a spotted lanternfly, which God bless, but yeah, we need a little bit more. Also
hot, like a man saving you from a deathly spotted lanternfly. Like, come on.
They're definitely not to humans, but yeah, I guess so in the grand scheme.
Are they not?
No.
Wait, no, I thought they could like kill you.
No.
Wait,
this is like when America Ferrera said, is Ice Spice the person who Issa Rae would want to like be like the person performing her life story? Like, America, no. Evan.
Wait. What are they killing? Why are we scared of them?
No. Evan, no. No one's scared.
Are they okay, they're not killing humans. What are they killing?
People are mad because like they like leave fungus on trees, and I think that could kill the trees in the long run.
Oh, I thought they were like literally like
no, they don't bite. Oh. They fly. They don't give a f***. They drive like Jersey drivers. They'll fly right into you. But just because I think they like, I don't know if they're drunk. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. I'm really glad we had this chat, Andy, because this whole time I was like thinking that like lanternflies like attach themselves to your neck and like suck your blood and like you die on the spot.
Not yet. I mean, the year's still young. Stay tuned.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. That was a lot. Before we wrap up, Danny, what we didn't address or discuss that just came flashing back in my mind was Fessler did her first storm out of an event. Like,
Right. How did we not talk? Oh, yeah.
that is like legendary behavior, and I wasn't expecting it, but I love to see it. She's like, Fessler's out, and like she grabbed Jeff, and they're
I love
out.
how much that man rides for her. She's like, we're out. Car hits off. I'm assuming they're driving right back up to their home and not to the Fuda shore house. But yeah, that was kind of really, Jenn Fessler is delivering this Jersey season.
Yeah, she really is. Like, I mean, I know we were talking about the full-time versus friend of last week, but I really think if the higher ups or the NBC execs are smart, they're gonna readjust her contract for next season because she's a great player in this game.
She is crushing it. And we can't wait to see how great a player she is in next week's softball game. So we'll see y'all next week.
Yes.